I think next time what we've got to do is we've got to do it in a gym. We've got to do some training.
Absolutely.
Because I would love to do that.
You said everybody's big. Do you think they'll let me in?
No. You get on with the old man.
In a move that's sending shockwaves through the MMA world, interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall has teamed up with none other than flyweight legend Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson as he prepares for the most anticipated fight with Jon Jones. In newly surfaced footage, interim champ Tom Aspinall is seen drilling sharp combinations and fine-tuning his striking on the pads and heavy bag. Focused and explosive, Aspinall moves with intensity, ripping through the punching sequences that showcase both his hand speed and precision and power.
Three hooks to the head, good shot. One more. Yeah.
That intensity is further highlighted in another clip making rounds online, where Aspinall is seen warming up ahead of a high-intensity training session. With a calm yet focused demeanor, the champ moves through dynamic stretches and mobility drills, priming his body for the explosive work ahead. However, it's not just striking where Tom is leveling up. In a behind-the-scenes look at his training vlog, Tom Aspinall is seen dominating a grappling exchange against a much heavier training partner, a calculated move that speaks volumes about his elite mindset. The interim UFC heavyweight champion insists that sparring with bigger, stronger opponents is essential.
Right, we're down at Evolution Fitness XL, and we have a big heavyweight grappling session going down today. Look at the amount of heavyweights in this room. There's a few big boys, a lot of big boys in the room.
Train with heavyweights. Fucking exhausting, mate.
How many of these are you doing as well?
Yeah, no, takedown wins. Go for takedown, last one. Try and get your partner down. Come on. Try and get him down.
Meanwhile, Demetrious Johnson criticized Jon Jones for controlling the narrative, pointing out that everyone seems to be playing by Jones's rules. He questioned why Tom Aspinall, the interim champion, should be left waiting while Jones demands a 6-month delay, suggesting the sport shouldn't bend to one fighter's schedule.
I think that Tom Aspinall should take another fight, because I think when you put an athlete who's very young like that on ice and they don't get that ring time, they don't get that opportunity to get out there and just fight and make the money, I think it's a little bit different. If I was Tom Aspinall, I'll say, okay, Jon Jones wants 6 months. I'm going to pass on that fight. I'm going to fight somebody else.
According to Mighty Mouse, that waiting game is a strategic mistake. If it were up to Demetrious, Aspinall wouldn't waste 6 months on standby. He believes the Brit should stay active rather than letting Jon Jones dictate the timeline. With the heavyweight division in limbo, Johnson argues that waiting around only stalls Aspinall's momentum.
And then when Jon Jones, it's like everybody's fighting on Tom Jones. Everybody's fighting on Jon Jones. Tom Jones.
The sex bomb.
Yeah, everybody's fighting on Jon Jones's timeline. Where if I was Tom Aspinall, I wouldn't fight on Jon Jones' timeline. He's dictating what's going on right now and when that fight's going to happen. If I was Tom Aspinall, I'm not waiting 6 months.
Adding to the confusion, Johnson also questioned the legitimacy of the timeline itself. Demetrious isn't just frustrated by the delay. With Jon Jones insisting on a 6-month wait, Johnson wonders whether that countdown starts now or only after the fight is officially signed. And since no contract has even been finalized, the waiting period could stretch even longer.
And the fight hasn't even been signed. So is it 6 months when they finally sign the fight, or is it 6 months from now? What is it? Like, it's being prolonged so long that if it never, it's almost like a movie that we're all excited about that might never, ever come out.
This candid conversation continued on Johnson's podcast, where he hosted Aspinall for a deep dive into his career, where he learned more about Tom's journey, how he honed his boxing skills before transitioning into MMA, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling, with strong influence from his father.
You know, I think a lot of people, you know, don't really look at the full picture of the athlete, right? Everybody wants to know is like, when is he fighting John Jones? When is that fight going to happen? And I think we talked about like an hour and 15 minutes, maybe hour and 20, about just your story. You come from the UK, train with your dad, going through the whole, you know, the amateur MMA, the boxing, the jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. Like, I was blown away because I didn't know that was your story. Like, I thought you just boxed, and then, you know, you start locking my out, and then...
Their chemistry was clear, with talk of teaming up for future training sessions. Aspinall expressed appreciation for being invited and suggested that next time they meet, they should train together, with Johnson offering to share tips and tricks to help him prepare for a potential bout with John Jones.
It was great. We appreciate it very much. I think next time, what we've got to do is we got to do it in the gym. We've got to do some training.
Absolutely.
Because I would love to do that.
You said everybody's big. You think they'll let me in?
No. You get on with the old man.
Oh, that's
have a little roll around there.
He's bigger than me. He's
bigger.
taller.
Well, it's not that difficult, mate. I'll be honest. You are a bit of a short king. But no, we've got to get in the gym. No, we won't bring you to. We'll just do a training session, me and you. You can show me a few stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to, man.
We'll work on the game plan a little bit.
Yeah,
we'll do all that.
Like I said, man, it's all gonna come down to like what happens when you get there.
And when it comes to training, Aspinall has tested himself against absolute forces of nature, the world's strongest man, and absorbing blows from the world's hardest kicker. But this isn't about headlines, it's calculated chaos. From wrestling behemoths to absorbing punishment that few would dare take, Aspinall's training is brutal by design.
Last time we did with the world's strongest kicker. But today, mixing up a bit, world's strongest man. We've got big Tom Stoltman in the building. Hit with your shin. We're going to do a little exercise first. What we're going to do is I'm going to hold you for 10 seconds. Do your best to get up. Tell me when you're ready. Go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go. We're going to do the same thing, mate. You on top this time. 3, 2, 1, go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm out of here. So we're going to go 10. Oh, he's got them heavy legs though, Tom. 30? 30%. We're going 30.
5.
I'm out of here. I'm getting out. Get me out of here.
Adding skepticism, but not everyone believes Jones actually wants the smoke. Robert Whitaker isn't buying John Jones's interest in a fight with Tom Aspinall. He believes Jones is simply toying with the interim champ, dragging out the drama without any intention of actually fighting.
It's hard, dude. At this point right now, I can kind of see John Jones just trolling the hell out of like Tom Aspinall, dude. Like, I can see him like signing it, doing 5 months, and then just retiring. I think he's trolling him at this point. It's rough. Aspinall's just wasting away. A lot of Jones fans have just jumped ship.
But maybe he's looking to properly like bulk up in the right places.
Maybe.
Well,
or he's trolling. I'm just happy it's not my division, dude.
In response to the continuous scrutiny from the public, John Jones recently expressed his frustration with Tom Aspinall. While he understands why fans find the rivalry entertaining, Jones made it clear that he simply doesn't like Aspinall. He added that if the fight were to happen, he'd want a hefty paycheck to make it worthwhile.
He annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining, but I find him annoying. And I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that you money, honestly.
However, John dissed Aspinall, stating that fighting him does nothing for his career. While he acknowledged the appeal of facing someone 7 years younger and 35 pounds heavier, Jones made it clear that from his perspective, a matchup with Alex Pereira makes more sense.
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size. Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight the, I'm gonna call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous.
Moving on, Tom Aspinall takes a straightforward approach to his career, focusing solely on fighting whoever the UFC puts in front of him. He doesn't overthink it or create drama. When the bell rings, he's ready. As for his delayed matchup with Jon Jones, Aspinall admits he has no idea why the fight hasn't been finalized, and like the rest of us, is left wondering what the holdup is.
Well, you brought it up, not me. I'm just putting that out there. No, do you know what? My job's to fight people, innit? Like, I'm just a dumb cage fighter, that's all. So my job is to get in there, the bell goes, I go across and fight somebody. And that's all I can do. If they offer me a fight, I'll take it, and if they don't, I won't. Simple as that, really. It's a great question, but it's a question that I don't have an answer to, unfortunately. I would love to know myself. I will be asking the questions myself as well, but right now I have no idea. I don't know if it plays into my hands because he's had so many fights. I think like ring rust is probably for people who've not had as many like title defenses as he's had. So I don't think he'll have that at all.
Meanwhile, Tom has also voiced his frustration with the UFC, revealing that he's never truly been part of any long-term vision. According to him, the usual routine has always been simple. Get a call, get a date, get ready. No roadmaps, no strategy. But this time, something changed. The UFC reportedly contacted him, saying they're finally making plans with him. While intrigued, Aspinall admits he's in the dark about what those plans actually are.
This is what I don't understand, to be honest, because they actually said to me that we're going to discuss the plan tonight and they're going to give me the full breakdown. And for me personally, I've now had 10 UFC fights. And I've had however many other fights in my career as well outside the UFC. I've never been given a plan before. It's just like, this is the date, let me know the location, when, and I'll show up. So this is really rare for me. I don't know what to expect. I'm really interested actually to see like, what is the plan? Do you know, like, there's two guys, I'm one of them, I'm in. What's the plan? So I'm interested, I don't know.
What do you think you can do to make that fight happen?
Me personally, I can't do anything. I think it's just down to money, I think, on his side. So I will fight whenever, wherever he wants. But it's down to money, I think.
When you say he's afraid to take the risk, what do you mean by that?
I just think that at this stage in his career, he's had an amazing career. I just think that he's like 37, 38 years old, but not only that, he's got a million miles on the clock.
Despite that, the delays are starting to wear thin. Tom Aspinall has grown tired of waiting for Jon Jones. Frustrated by the delays, Aspinall emphasized that he's a professional fighter and just wants to get back in the cage, regardless of who's standing across from him.
Oh, I'm well bored of it. I've had enough. We either need to fight or I need to move on and do something else. And like I said, I'm going to find out. Literally, today is the day that I've been waiting for 3-4 months for. And I'm going to find out today what's going on.
Would you mind explaining to us what happens then when you say today's the day? Do you all get together in a room? Is it done over a video call? Does he get on the call and you get on the call?
No, I never speak to him personally. It's done. So you got Dana White, who is, everybody knows Dana White, he's the face of the UFC. The last meeting I had, Dana was actually there, which is the first for me. Usually it's done with another guy called Hunter. Hunter like stays in the shadows a little bit, like.
Don't have the message. I've had enough. Let me fight. Somebody. I'm not bothered to do it. It's just let me fight.
495 days you've been the interim champ. How much longer are you willing to wait?
I just want to fight somebody. I'm a professional fighter and I want to fight somebody. I'm overweighting, to be honest. But whoever wants it, whether that's Jon Jones or somebody else, I will fight somebody sometime soon.
Moving on, Aspinall drew a clear contrast between team sports and mixed martial arts, emphasizing the solitary nature of the fight game. He added that in team sports, a loss can be shared across the team, but in MMA, the responsibility falls squarely on one person. There's no one to deflect blame onto, no teammates to lean on. According to Aspinall, defeat in MMA isn't just a setback, it's personal. The embarrassment is yours alone, and unlike team sports, there's often no immediate chance for redemption. It's one-on-one, and when you lose, the spotlight stays fixed on you.
MMA in particular is such an ego-driven sport. Like, you don't only, like football, for example. You lose a football game, you might lose 2-1.
There's 10 other people on the pitch you can also share that blame with. You're also probably going to play again in the next week or two and redeem yourself. If you get knocked out in front of millions of people, not only are you losing, which is pretty grim, you're also getting beat up in front of everybody. You're also not going to have the chance to redeem yourself for another at least 3-4 months, which again, you might get beat up again after that. So there's a lot at stake every time you step in there.
Meanwhile, Demetrious Johnson praised Jon Jones's fight IQ and adaptability as the pillars of his greatness, but pointed out a decline in agility since Jones jumped to heavyweight. He remarked that the extra bulk has dulled Jones, and warned that this could be a serious disadvantage if he ever steps in against someone as fast and explosive as Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the biggest thing that what makes Jon Jones so great is, one, how intelligent he is and how versatile he is. I do believe him going up to heavyweight, he's not as fast as he was when he was at light heavyweight, because he has all that extra weight on him. That's how I feel. He's not pop. He's not, he's not as quick.
However, remaining analytical, Johnson highlighted that while Jon Jones may have been the perfect light heavyweight, Tom Aspinall is tailor-made for the heavyweight division, being younger, faster, and naturally bigger. Johnson also criticized Jones for insisting on a 6-month delay before the fight, suggesting that such stalling tactics don't help Jones's case.
I think with Tom Aspinall being the younger athlete, faster, bigger, maybe, I feel that Jon Jones is the perfect light heavyweight, where I feel like Tom Aspinall is a big heavyweight. And the 6 months, I'm not the biggest fan of him winning 6 months. If I was Tom Aspinall, I'd be like, God, dude, I'm not fucking waiting 6 months. Y'all need to give me another fight. But then again, this could be the biggest fight of his career if he's able to beat Jon Jones. So, I have mixed feelings on the 6 months. You know what I mean? I think
Whereas Tom believes his unique style sets him apart from other heavyweights Jon Jones has faced. His agility, speed, and movement present a challenge that Jones might struggle to handle. Aspinall points to his impressive stats as evidence of his distinct approach, letting the numbers speak for themselves.
I just think that I'm way different to any other heavyweight out there at the minute, and I think I'm nothing like anybody that he's ever faced before, so I think that's to my advantage. And if you look at statistics, I'm statistically the most dangerous person in the UFC if you look at finish rate and finish time and all that kind of stuff.
In addition, Joe Rogan was left in awe of Tom Aspinall's athleticism, labeling him possibly the fastest heavyweight the sport has ever seen. Rogan noted that Aspinall's footwork and agility are on a level rarely witnessed in the division.
You want to talk about a guy who's fast twitch? Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. At a 250-plus pound frame, his movement's fucking extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. That is a crazy ability. His ability to move, the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler, his everything, and he's young. It's hard to bet against Jon. It's hard to bet against Jon. But Jon's not a real heavyweight. Yeah. Jon could make light heavyweight, 100%. He weighs 230 right now, maybe a little less than 230. There's no doubt in my mind that if Jon just changed his diet and went back, he hasn't put that much mass on that you would say 205 is out of reach.
No, it's fluffy weight.
Yeah.
A lot of it, too.
Yeah, I mean, look, he had always had the reputation of fucking all the heavyweights up at Jackson Winklejohn. Always. Jon Jones, one of the greatest of all time. I mean,
and Jon, what do you think about him? He's going to come back? He's going to fight Tom?
Yes, I think he'll fight Tom. No. I think he'll hang out. You don't think so? No? Really?
I don't think so.
How come?
For what?
For glory.
He already has the glory.
Yeah, one more glory before the lights fade.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think Jon's a conqueror. I think
he is.
I think he can't sit back.
He's the best of all time. No one can say the opposite of that. He
Look, Aspinall's amazing. He's unbelievable. He's fast as fuck for a heavyweight. He's big. He can grapple. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got knockout power. But he's never been in deep water. Ever.
Weighing in on the debate, Michael Bisping praised Jon Jones as an all-time great, unbeaten in the octagon and seasoned against elite competition, with a career that speaks for itself. However, Bisping also believes that no fighter is invincible forever. Eventually, everyone meets their match.
It should be, listen, Jon Jones is great, and you can't deny what he's done in the octagon, the career that he's had, and he's technically unbeaten. However, you know, everyone meets their match eventually, and I think Tom Aspinall's the new generation. He's the new breed, and he'll go down probably as the greatest mixed martial artist that we've ever had. He's elite as a heavyweight. A lot of the heavyweights, they're good, they're very strong, they're powerful, but they're not as quick and as agile and as technical as Tom. Tom's the whole package. You know, he's like, there's a fighter called George St. Pierre, who's one of the greatest to ever do it. Tom's like a heavyweight George St. Pierre. He's got no weak areas. He's got absolute knockout power, super disciplined, super agile on the feet. He finishes everyone really, really quickly.
However, Bisping points out that Aspinall has never faced anyone like Jon Jones, largely because the heavyweight division isn't known for its technical depth. Jones, on the other hand, has spent his career battling elite-level competition far beyond what Aspinall has encountered. In addition, one important aspect that Michael noted was that Jones has never faced anyone like Aspinall.
He hasn't gone up against somebody like Jon Jones because, as I said, the competition in the heavyweight division isn't necessarily there on a technical level. Jon Jones is. And Jon Jones has fought way better competition than Tom. That's just a fact. But John's never fought anyone like Tom either. John has never fought anyone the size of Tom, and that can generate that kind of power. He had two heavyweight fights, one against Cyril Garner, who took him down really quick and he choked him out. And then he went up against Stipe Miocic. He was really good, and you know, he had a good little go, but he was 42 and he hadn't fought for a while, and he's getting on. Tom's 31, in the prime of his life, and I would be very surprised, and this sounds disrespectful, but I'd be very surprised if he got out the first round.
Really?
As the heavyweight division hangs in limbo, all eyes are on Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, two fighters on a collision course that could redefine the landscape of MMA. One thing is certain, Aspinall isn't just waiting for greatness, he's hunting it down. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what you think about the matchup and who you see coming out on top. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.